Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum failed to break that 3,412 US dollar level. That red line here, that horizontal resistance line, that wave 4 high here. And it basically, found strong resistance at that level, which in my opinion just underlines the importance, the structural importance of that level for the further continuation of the price chart and the price development. Told you in the last video that if we manage, or if Ethereum manages to break that $3,412 level and stays above it, which it obviously didn't do, it will most likely reach this range here. So between $3,900 and $4,650. That would then be the same wave count that I currently have as primary scenario for Bitcoin, where we would make a wave B up and would come down once more, probably in a wave C. Or alternatively, we would do our first impulse up and then come down when Bitcoin drops and maybe makes a lower low. Ethereum could make a higher low. Either way, it wouldn't make a great difference. What I generally expect for the whole crypto market, and I've said that a few times now, that we can move obviously up together with Bitcoin. That depends on which scenario is now playing out for Bitcoin. Either we go down straight away, and watch my Bitcoin videos if you have any questions about that, or we move higher first and then come down. So both scenarios would not suggest that we go to new all-time highs, and therefore also for the altcoins, I do expect, depending on which scenario, either very shortly here another drop or a little bit of further upside before we come down further. Now, I said for some altcoins the low could already be in. For Ethereum, I didn't really say that yet. For some altcoins, it is quite likely, like for VeChain, for example. But even for VeChain, after a first impulse to the upside, you typically get a wave 2, and the wave 2 retraces quite a lot. And for Ethereum here, we haven't broken that $3,412 yet. Therefore, my primary expectation remains that we come down lower once more into the target area. That is just based on what I do expect for Bitcoin as well, which would be that we are reaching that lower target area for Bitcoin as well. And only when we reach really that $3,412 level and break it, then we can talk about this alternative scenario. The thing is, we don't really see an impulse forming yet. This wave here looks very much like a three-wave structure, so could very easily be just an ABC, from which we now start another impulse down. So I'm still skeptical about any breakouts here to the upside. I've said that, and we have lately here retraced from that very important level, and Ethereum has even broken that ascending trend line, and we have come down quite impulsively, to be honest. And what we might do now, we might see that on the 1 hour chart, we might just be retracing here a little bit, come down once more, retracing a little bit, come down once more. So I think we could have seen a trend change here. At the moment, it's not a big problem yet. We're still holding above that previous swing high here at $3,200. If you break that, I think that would be the next point where it's getting much more likely that we actually are or have seen here already a swing high, and that we might retrace down together with Bitcoin. At the moment, again, very much at a tipping point here, the market. In my Bitcoin videos, and Bitcoin is leading the way, we just have to be honest about that. Certain cryptos can decouple from Bitcoin temporarily. Ethereum typically outperforms Bitcoin when it's going up. But at the moment, Ethereum also is here struggling with that 200-day moving average, which is roughly at $3,500. Same with Bitcoin as well. And we might have seen here a shift in the trend now. It's still too early to say that. For Bitcoin, for example, I'm looking at the 42,700 level. If we break below that, I think we can continue to our old primary scenario, where we would go down into the target area for Bitcoin, and Ethereum would then follow, in my opinion. We see here the MACD already changing on the daily. So you lose already buying momentum. So we can clearly see that the shift or the trend is already shifting a little bit. But again, it's still very early because we haven't seen a bearish crossover yet on the daily. We have seen it though on the 8 hour chart, and that would typically translate over to the daily. So it's time to be careful. For me, it would be then time to buy the dip if we drop a little bit lower. Would be really pleased with that. If we drop a little bit lower, what I'm not doing is selling here and trying to buy back lower, because I don't know that the price could at any point start to shoot up again. So yeah, I'm obviously I've got my buy orders set, they can be triggered, but outside of that I would be not very inclined to speculate here for lower prices and sell now and then buy back higher. The market at the moment is just too uncertain for that, in my opinion. Yeah, you can burn your fingers on that by doing that. But generally here the 4-day chart, that is fairly meaningful, still pushes higher. So that can still suggest higher prices are still coming, but we are seeing here a temporary retracement, and only the next few days will probably show if this is just a short-term dip in a beginning uptrend, also here for Ethereum, because Ethereum did reach my target area down here. So theoretically, even though this looks still very much like an ABC, we could potentially talk about here that the low could already be in, but only as soon as the $3,412 level has been broken and the price remains above it. So obviously it hasn't done that yet, and therefore that scenario hasn't changed, and I would expect lower prices going forward here at some point, unless we break that very, very important level here. Okay, that's a quick update here about Ethereum. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.